Okay, we've got muscle ups here. We've got Susan up top and we've got Bob down below. And what we're going to try to do is to point out a couple of things that Susan can do to help with this muscle up. The image up above, we have a V shape that we've got here with the hips with a big angle. And down below we have somewhat of a hollow position where the gaze, the athlete is looking down toward their toes coming up. So that's the shape that we want on this kip to be able to set things up properly. Once we get those hips bent like that, we're going to kind of put ourselves at a disadvantage. So just let's see how this plays. I'll go back, kind of set it up a little bit. We're going to start that initial swing. We want to hold on to that hollow position as long as we can. Bring the hips up to the rings. And start to transition through. So the main thing there that we're looking for is to maintain that hollow position. So the cue, I guess I would kind of share with Susan here, is maintain that hollow position here. Maintain it through. Try to keep your eyes on your toes here, looking down this way, and maintain this hollow shape here on this pull. And then that way, what we can do is bring hips to rings, where this actually, by bringing the toes really high, it places your hips at a disadvantage to the rings, meaning they're now further away from the rings, when in fact what you want to be doing here is popping the hips up. Let's look at the bottom frame for a second. That little bit of a hip bump there is what we're talking about, coming out of that hollow shape from here to there. And that's all that really happens there in that bottom part of the kip. It's a hollow shape, hips pop up, rings. So now as the hips are coming up, you begin to pull yourself through the rings. Because, let's take a look at the top frame, because the hips are so low, that places you at a pretty significant disadvantage of pulling through the rings. So I would just say, here's your tip. Maintain a hollow position, spy down, look down through those feet, keep a nice long position, pop the hips up. At this point, hips should be coming up. Instead, you're bringing toes up. So hold the hollow position, pop the hips up, hips, 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 and then pull. All right, hope that helps.